We're now joined on the Sports Mix by the head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Coach Dave Walker. Coach, how's it going?
It's going well. How you guys doing?
We're doing well as well.
Yeah. Great. Football season.
It is.
Oh, yeah. That time of year.
So, Coach, how was the offseason? What were some things that you liked from the guys as you prepare for the regular season?
I thought we had a really good offseason. Really pleased with the work the guys put in. And that's the thing I get the most excited about is to see, seeing where these guys start and see where they finish up, see the development, see the growth. They really put the time into it. So it's exciting to watch them. So I'm looking forward to seeing those guys transfer that onto the field.
Obviously coming off another state championship for your program, Coach, and the exchange now with graduates from last year, new leadership coming to be in place for this year's team. Who are some of those guys that have been trying to step up and become those leaders?
I mean, we got a really good group of guys in all classes, to be honest with you. But, in the senior class, Mikey Dillard has really done a good job in the offseason, vocally and leading by example. He really comes to mind. Kane Wibb, Jordan Kovacs, Frankie. I mean, all those guys have really did. Mason Wally is another kid that works really hard. Not a real vocal kid, but really example. And just that whole pretty good job. In the juniors, I mean, you got Brian, you got Ty, you got Boston. Those guys worked really hard, and I'm sure I'm probably not leaving a couple guys out that I've not mentioned, but it's just a really good group of kids, good players, and even better people.
Now, Coach, you've been through this a few times, so I'm sure you have experience in handling this, but coming off of a state championship, a very successful season, you have these new guys stepping up into bigger roles. How do you approach talking to the guys about that sort of thing, or how do you push them in practice to be able to handle these bigger roles?
We just talk to them about working hard, leading by example. And I think the standard has been set really high. The guys, they hold each other accountable. As coaches, we hold them accountable, but the players hold each other accountable. And I think anytime you've got that type of culture, type of environment, that it breeds success. So our guys have high expectations for themselves, and as coaches, we're there to remind them when they do falter a little bit. But for the most part, they know what's expected of them, and they put into work.
What are some areas, I guess, Coach, that you'd still like to maybe see some improvement?
Well, I mean, I think we're untested in some areas. I think we got some really good players, but a lot of them aren't real experienced. So up front, we still have we got 3 guys back that played a lot up front, but we still need to solidify that a little bit. Skill-wise, I mean, we got a couple of receivers that doesn't have a lot of experience, so I'm eager to see how they perform. And obviously, quarterback and running back, I mean, we've got some talented guys, but again, they've not really been, put to the test. So that's, we scrimmage tonight. We will get a lot of questions answered, I think. We'll go in and evaluate what we do, and then another scrimmage next week and try to fix some things that we'll probably will need to fix, and hopefully we get these guys in a position to be successful, through the next couple of weeks.
What's the main focus going to be tonight in that scrimmage, and what you're hoping to get accomplished for your team?
Well, I think that, one thing you want to make sure that that you line up right, that the mental part of it's there. You try not to make a lot of mental mistakes. Maybe physically you're going to do some things because, that's the way the game's played, but I think for the most part, you want to make sure guys are on the same page, that they have retained the information that you practice every day, and then when we go out, we're blocking the right people, we line up right, do those things. I think that's first and foremost. And then the physical part of it, we just want to make sure that we're finishing plays, we're playing hard, and having great effort.
Our expectation has been obviously that last year's backup quarterback Brian Dick will be this year's starting quarterback. If that is the case, how is he looking? If it's not, you can surprise us and tell us what the quarterback room is looking like. But overall, quarterback play going into the season, what is it looking like?
I feel really good about what we have. Brian has the most experience, and Ty Ricketts has looked really good in practice as well. So, right now, they're going to split reps, and then we'll evaluate them. But I think they both bring a couple of different unique things to the table. So I think, if we had to speculate on the rest of the season, I could see us doing some packages with both of them. But I think Brian probably has the edge right now, being in the system longer, got the experience, took varsity snaps last year, and he's looked really good in practice too. He's got a really great arm, and he runs really well. So, and Ty does a really good job. Ty's decision making is really good. Throws the ball well, and anticipates things, understands what we're doing. So, they're both really good players, and I feel comfortable using either one of them.
Coach, as you get ready for the start of the regular season, you open the year against Camden, New Jersey, and then 7 home games for you guys this year as well. The one long trip to Huntington, but how's it feel to know that you'll, for the most part, be playing either at home or in the Panhandle?
Yeah, we only leave the county one time. So it's great. It's unusual. Now next week we do scrimmage down in Fredericksburg. So we basically, the whole season, we'll leave the county twice, and depending on what happens postseason, if we're in that position. But to have 7 home games is great. We love playing at home. Hopefully we've got big crowds and people are excited, and we put a good product on the field. We definitely want people to come out and cheer us on, and hopefully we give them something to cheer about.
Defensive side of ball, let's get into it. Who are some other guys really standing out? I know you mentioned a few of the guys up front, but what other position groups have you liked so far? Mikey Dillard is back. He played a lot of linebacker last year. Terrell Cofield has looked really good. I like Kalila Villa has looked really good. In our secondary, you got Kingston, you got Mason. The corners have done a nice job. In the back end, Boston and Kobe Walker is a name that you're going to hear a little bit about. And then we got Carson Knight. We got the Burson twins. I've been really pleased with what I've seen out of those guys. So all those guys are going to be in the mix to play or to contribute. It's just a matter. That's why it's so important for us to evaluate here the next night and next week in the scrimmage. Then that way we can kind of shape what we're looking for schematically. Because right now I think we've got a couple of different things we can do. But been excited about what the effort that I've seen out of those guys. So looking forward to seeing them guys put it together.
I think a trend that I've noticed watching the games over the last few years is that as talented as the skill players on offense tend to be, it's the offensive line up front that makes things end up being even easier for them. What does that look like? Something similar this year where you feel like offensive line is a strength for yours?
I think we're going to be pretty good. Right now, I'm not 100% pleased, with them. I think they're headed in the right direction. We got Kane Whip and Jordan Kovacs are returning starters, but then Jeffrey Griffith has played a lot last year. Zion Reeves played a lot last year. So, those 4 guys have kind of solidified themselves somewhat. Ian McKenzie's a kid that's getting in the mix. Jeremiah Santabria and Zaire Tugwell, Dre McDonald Gibson. So we've got about 8 guys that we feel comfortable playing. I think right now is just making sure we get in the right place, right time. Center has been kind of a spot that we're trying to solidify. We've got 3 guys taking reps there. I think they've all done a pretty decent job. But I'm still making some mistakes here and there. So, tonight's important for those guys. And obviously going into next week as well in that scrimmage.
Coach, ever since it became a rule, the the transfers or the transfer portal has been a big discussion. Have you had any guys come in this year that you're expecting some big things from? And have you had any, I guess, players leave maybe that you weren't expecting?
We've not had, like last year,
You're cutting out there,
transfer
Coach.
or whatever. And this year we've not had anybody. So it's odd. But no, we've not had anybody that come in that we feel it's going to make an immediate impact right away. So I think the guys that have been with us all year that have worked really hard are the ones that we're counting on. As far as losing anybody, I don't think we lost anybody. I think a couple young kids may have left. It's a funny thing. Somebody asked me about this yesterday in the interview, and people come, people go, and I'm kind of, whatever makes you happy, whatever you think's best for you. But I've noticed the trend, and I've always said this: a lot of times people leave because they don't want to compete, or they don't want to be held accountable. So a competition either makes you better or you run away from it. And our guys have to compete, especially in practice. And I think on the other side, I think people, you hear chatter, people talk about wanting to transfer in or whatever, but they don't come because they don't want to compete and they don't want to be held accountable. So it's kind of a funny thing, but the guys that work with us, and we've benefited from people transferring, obviously, but we've lost just as much over the years that we've had that we have, gotten good things out of. So, it's neither here nor there with me. I mean, I'm going to coach the guys that we have, and love them up and coach them hard and get the best out of them either way.
Well, Coach, we've talked offense, we've talked defense, haven't got the special teams, and that's a vital part of your team as well. So I want to get into that and hear about what you guys have in store when it comes to those guys so far this season.
Cody Page is our kicker, and he's kicked a lot for us the last 2 years, so he's got a lot of experience, has done a good job, looked pretty good so far. And then punter-wise, Cody punts a little bit, Brian Dick's punting. We're probably not as strong there. We don't plan on punting a whole lot, so hopefully we don't. That's not an area of concern for us. But, those guys have looked pretty good. So, and as far as our coverage units and stuff, I think we got a lot of guys that are fast, that'll run the field. So I think our special teams unit is one that usually early in the year you're not real sure about, but I think they'll get better as the year goes on.
All righty. I think we're all good, Coach. Thank you for your time, and talk to you again closer to the season.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.